guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my videos. Today I wanted to do a first impressions on the Maybelline Nudes of New York palette. This palette is $13.99, which actually is not all that bad for all of these shades that you actually get there. I remember back in the day when Maybelline and like COVERGIRL just had like quads at, you know, the most, and now we're here. Now I'm really intrigued to see, you know, what this palette can do. I played with it a little bit, so if you guys want to kind of go on this journey with me, hear my full-on thoughts of how I feel about this palette, whether or not you should pick it up, if it's worth your money. It's only $13.99, but $13.99, you can do a lot of things with that. So if you guys want to hear my thoughts, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my videos. Today I wanted to play with a new little product that we have here. Maybelline came out with a new eyeshadow palette, their Nudes of New York palette. I've played with a couple of different new Maybelline palettes, their Lemonade palette and their Soda Pop palette, and with those I feel like their formula definitely just keeps getting better and better. This palette was $13.99, so not too bad for all the colors that you get. A nice little nude palette here. Let's take a look at the colors. I feel like Maybelline has definitely evolved when it comes to their eyeshadows, especially when it was just like little mini quads and when all the other drugstore brands are doing that, like Maybelline, CoverGirl, if you're old enough to remember here, like me. So I am intrigued, and I feel like, I don't know, this can go either way. This could be really good and not so good. This could be really bad. So I really want to see what the quality is like for their matte shades as well as their shimmer shades as well, because sometimes shimmer shades for like drugstore, traditional drugstore brands haven't always been the best. So let's see what they've got going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pots. Just laziness purposes. I know you're just like, drugstore, use drugstore. Feel free. I don't use a traditional drugstore eyeshadow base. I tend to use just a very matte concealer, but it's all the way in the other side of the room. So we're going to use this. Use whatever you like. I feel like that works just as well as this MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, but we're going to mix it up. I love mixing drugstore high-end mid-range, so we're just going to do that. I don't care what eyeshadow palette I'm using. I am using an eyeshadow base or a concealer, something, and it just helps enhance those colors, really make them stick. The first shade that I'm actually going to take from this palette is this one called Soloist. And I'm just going to use that just to kind of set that eyeshadow base all around. So something like close to like my skin tone, maybe even a little bit brighter is totally fine. Gonna help all these colors stand out. So just want to set that. Now we've got some couple of options. So let's see. I think I'm going to go in with Greater as a nice like transitional shade. It's picking up the product. Let's see if it's definitely a little bit dusty. Let's see if there's pigmentation here. Oh, okay. I feel like this is a good, nice transitional shade, but I like that this isn't the only option. I feel like if you have deeper skin, something like Explorer might be good too. Is a nice little. Oh, okay. That's actually laying on really nice. Okay. Ooh, that feels. That's pretty nice. That's pigmentation. It's blending. It's not blending off, because I've definitely had that experience before with affordable eyeshadows. Okay, mattes are going pretty well. Sometimes I also feel like it could be hard to kind of maybe do a matte. I don't know which formula is harder to do to make to work with, but that looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna, this is gonna be like my nice little mid-range brown transitional shade. I just, out of curiosity's sake, just kind of want to swatch these first on my finger. Okay, so Founder. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's do Inspirer. All right, these are swatching nice. Let's see how they go onto the eye. Fighter. Oh, very creamy. Believer. Okay. I feel like Fighter and Founder were really creamy. Let's see Pioneer. Oh, yeah, these are very creamy. Let's see Dreamer. That's a nice shade. Originator. I was going to say Organizer. Ooh, okay. So they swatch really creamy. I just want to see how they lay on the eyes and all that shebang. I need to clean my hand. So I'm gonna go in with Explorer. I'm really not trying to do like a new super duper complicated look. I just really want to play with as many colors as possible and just kind of see how they lay. I like how it like just grabs. Like I tapped it off and it's not tapping off like everything. Have you ever had that experience? It definitely has some fallout, but I personally don't mind fallout as long as I'm getting the pigmentation when I not only add the color, ooh, like that, but when I blend it as well. Because a lot of times some eyeshadows, holy crap, Maybelline. Okay. I was not expecting this. Like, honestly, I had my standard set a little bit low just because, you know, I feel like it's been a journey, you know, for like Maybelline CoverGirl when it comes to the eyeshadow department. They've gotten foundations, concealers, mascaras, eyebrows down. But I feel like they've definitely been lacking a little bit when it comes to eyeshadows. But Maybelline has been trying with like that Lemonade palette and the Soda Pop palette. So now I feel like for those of you who maybe don't want as colorful of palettes, this is going to be a great option. Because I feel like everybody, as much as you don't want to be a basic bitch, you know, you're just like, but that's what I use every day, especially for work. Maybe if you work in a more like corporate setting or just more like office environment job. You know, anything that's not like makeup related or just like as fun, a little bit more conservative environment, you know. I mean, be you, express yourself, but I feel like when it comes to like office jobs, sometimes people tend, you know, you have your office self and then you have your kind of real self, and then after you've been at the company for a while, you're like, fuck it. Oh, but yeah, that laid on nicely, so I'm just kind of blending and it's not blending off. Like, okay, mattes are looking really nice. Okay, Maybelline. It's nice. Just blending. I kind of want to use two shimmers just to see how they would lay. So I really want to play with Fighter. So I think maybe I'll do like Fighter and then like maybe a little transition of Inspirer or Founder maybe even. Let's do a little bit of Fighter. I am not going to do anything crazy where you like cut the crease, you know, stuff like that. I want to use it as maybe like someone simply would use it and not be too totally extra. So I want to try and see how it goes just on its own. And then I'll add in, you know, a little fancy Fix Plus. Definitely the shimmers have fallout. Ooh, but that pigmentation is nice. And sometimes, actually I'd see our finger too if I like it better with my finger. Sometimes I feel like creamy shades like this, ooh, just, yeah. If you want, just lay it on top with your finger. And it has really nice pigmentation, but it does have a lot of fallout, so I would definitely suggest do your eye makeup first. Okay, can work with that. I have just found that like most shimmer shades, high end and drugstore, just work really great with the finger. That's really nice. That's no Fix Plus. Normally I wouldn't do that because, you know, I just like to step it up a notch. But if you're someone who doesn't have like Max Fix Plus, eyedropper, some sort of setting spray, let's add a little setting spray though. So normally what I would do is wet my brush. You can take something like the Milani Make It Last, and then I'm going to dip it into that eyeshadow and see if it just kind of amps it up a notch. And it does. So yes. Ooh, it just like kind of foils it a little bit. Oh yeah. See, that's how I would use it. Oh my god. Yes. Maybelline. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm liking this. I am liking this a lot. That looks really nice. You don't need some like fancy Max Fix Plus. Use your regular setting spray, any spray that you might have already, and I think that looks really nice. So the next thing I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna take, this one's brighter. I think I'm gonna take the shade Inspirer and I'm gonna just put it in the middle just for a little bit of dimension. And I think I'm just gonna use my finger too. Ooh. That lays on nicely. Finally, for some depth, I kind of want to keep it not too smoky, so I'm going to go in with Globetrotter, this nice like red burgundy, because I'm wearing red burgundy. So let's see, I'm going to go in with a pencil brush that holds onto product pretty nicely. And I'm just going to put this on my outer edge. Ooh, that's deep. That's pretty deep. That's nice. It's like a nice crimson shade. Ooh. Holy crap, Maybelline. Like, I did not expect this. I expected, okay, but holy smokes, I am impressed. $13.99 Maybelline. Oh my god. That's pretty nice for, you know, we're working with the transition shade, lighter shade, getting deeper and deeper. And sometimes I feel like the deeper shades too are a little bit tricky, deeper matte shades, but that's pretty nice. Like the fact that I can say I did this with like a Maybelline palette, not only a drugstore, but like drugstore Maybelline. It's gonna go in with a clean brush. I kind of just wanted the pencil brush just for like precise placement, and just a clean brush. Just kind of lightly blending out those edges. That is awesome. Wow, Maybelline. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is just finish up this eye and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I wanted to do my brows. I wanted to kind of just do the rest of my makeup and kind of see how eyeshadows and everything are holding up. I am judging just a little bit, just a lot. Like this looks really nice. It looks really nice. However, I think, yeah, it looks really nice. Overall, I think I would give this maybe an 8, possibly an 8.5, just because I feel like some maybe other eyeshadows, like I'm comparing this really, I'm going to compare it to MILANI eyeshadows, and I feel like their shimmers, they just like are on another level. But these shimmers are also really good. I feel like that's why maybe I would dock a point, just because I know it's possible to kind of do even better. So while I talk about some other stuff, I'm just going to finish up my bottom lash line. I'm just going to go back in with that shade Globetrotter. I'm just going to add that to my bottom lash line. But this is still really good. When I was kind of blending my, what do you call it, the matte shadows with the shimmers, one thing to kind of keep in mind, and this is with any eyeshadow in general, when you are blending the like crease areas and you have maybe like shimmers on your lids, you're probably just gonna have to go back in and, you know, re-add a little bit of the shimmer there, because you might have lost some because you kind of blended it out. That's true of most any eyeshadow brands. When you're blending, you know, you're gonna kind of try to play with the intensity, add as little or as much as you want, as long as, you know, while you're blending, it's not completely blending it off, which I've worked with shadows like that. So this is still looking really good. So I think so far so good. And just look at how those mattes work. Like, we are good. Just kind of bring that up a little bit. But like the fact that I did this with a Maybelline palette, like I am really impressed. I'm gonna go in with my highlight and yeah, just light that up, because the gold are a little bit too dark, and the other really light shade I feel like was just very was a little too cool tone for my liking. So yeah, let's finish it up like that. Overall, I really like this palette. I think Maybelline really impressed me. I think I would give it an 8.5 probably, just because it's like, could step it up just a little bit more, but maybe that's just me being picky, asking for too much. If Milani palettes didn't exist, I would probably give this like a 9. But I think they did a great job. I think you get a lot of different colors. I feel like a lot of different skin tones can really get good use out of this palette and enjoy it, you know, instead of like those nude palettes where it's like a lot of really light pasty colors. There's some options here for transitions, eyelid shades. There's nothing too light. I feel like everybody can really enjoy this palette, and I feel like you can really get a lot of really pretty like nude looks, but like very dramatic, very smoky. Like I'm just so impressed I was able to do this eyeshadow look with this Maybelline palette. Like it just feels, the colors, it just looks really nice and high end. Like I've used some, you know, higher end palettes that look just as good as this, so I think they did a great job. $13.99. I think you guys are interested, you should totally check it out. Pick it up. I think this is a great option for the drugstore. Maybelline stepped it up. I liked their other palettes, the Soda Pop, the Lemonade palette, but I feel like the formula, they just, you know, amped it up a bit even more so in 2020. So if you guys see this, I picked mine up from Ulta. Maybe you'll start to see it pop up at like Target, Walgreens, and all those other like drugstores as well. So let me know if you guys pick it up, and if you create some really pretty looks with it, make sure to tag me on Instagram at xcarmona09. I'll leave that info down below. Make sure you're following me there as well for any fun sneak peeks. But Thank you guys so much for watching, for going through this, journey review with me testing out this palette. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a little bit shorter than my usuals. Short, straight to the point, but let me know if you guys want to see some more affordable drugstore makeup reviews, talk about my opinions about them, see if they're worth getting, because even though they're affordable drugstore, it adds up. And, the drugstore likes to raise their prices a little bit too, so maybe not everything is worth it. But we're here to help find the hidden gems from the drugstore. So add this to your shopping cart next time you see it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time.